Welcome to the fishing village of Esperanza on the island of Vieques. We are at the Craftsman's cottage today. Just to give you a little orientation, right up the street is the green store, which is one of the colmados here in Esperanza. Across the street here we've got what is kind of a community garden. Right here you can see some gandules, which in Spanish are beans. Some of the neighbors have kind of taken over this little area. We've got some plantains and papayas and other fruits in the area. So it's all right across the street. You see the neighborhood here, a lot of one-story homes. There's a two-story, but mostly one-story homes. And this is the Craftsman's cottage. We've got a gate right off the front. The whole property is fenced. Here's the front of the house. This is a one bedroom, one bath with a huge barn in the back, which I'll show you. Out here in the front, a lot of nice plantings. Down there is a pineapple plant. This here is Guaynaba, which in English is Soursop. Some thyme. This looks like an avocado tree. This here is actually coffee. Don't forget, we're in Puerto Rico. Some of the best coffee there. You can see some of the old flowers turning into beans. Coffee. It is possible to grow coffee here on Vieques, although the best coffee is grown up in the mountains, about 1,500 feet. And this here is a night blooming cactus, which right now looks like, had we been here about 6 hours earlier, it would have been in all its glory. This is spectacular. There's got to be at least 100 blossoms here. So this must have been amazing last night. Also down the side here, you can see there's some bananas. Looks like, I think I sold blue Java bananas. Oh, there's the electric meter. So this property has water connected, has electric connected, and also here in Esperanza the homes are on sewer. So let's start with the house. Let's take a walk in. Nice front porch here, screen door, wooden door, nice entrance, good little area to sit. The breezes are coming directly at us right there, coming right down the road from the east. So there's always a tropical trade winds here that are coming down to cool off the property. As we go in, we enter into the living room. And this is all kind of an open concept house too. Living room, there's an office set up over there that could be, you know, bigger living room or a dining room. There's a bar at the kitchen. So it's all open space, great for entertaining. So it's kind of like when you think about living in the tropics, everything's open, you're not so closed in. Nice detail on the wood door. Some cabinets, set up a little TV. There's actually some nice artwork here. These are old photographs of Vieques. If you look at this one, that's looking down what I call Main Street in Isabel Segunda. That's looking the other way. You can see the fort right there. So this house, which is the Cama, is the same one here. So you're just looking the opposite way. Love seeing old photographs of Vieques and trying to figure out what they look like today. So living room, kitchen. Show you more in detail. This here is the bedroom, which is in the front of the house. So these windows right here, this faces out. There's your trade winds coming in from the east. It's got a ceiling fan, closet, wood door, some windows facing, that's going to be to the north. That's east. So there's room in here for, let's say, a queen-size bed. You can also see the tile floors, the old pressed tile. It's all consistent throughout the house. The kitchen, as I mentioned, it has a bar here, bar sitting areas, bar stools, great for entertaining. Obviously when people all get together, everyone always congregates in the kitchen, so this is a great setup to give the chef some space and at the same time enjoy time with friends and family. There's a 6-burner gas stove, cabinetry, it's all wood. Some windows, has screens, they're Miami style blinds. There's a double sink. Speaking of Puerto Rican coffee, got the coffee brewing this morning. There's a stove, space over there for a good sized refrigerator, a little storage for the garbage bin and some brooms. Over in this corner, this is currently set up as a little office. But of course, this could be opened up if you want to just do pure entertainment space. Speaking of past things and photos, there's some nice There's a map of the mainland, some old photos from hills in the mountains. So this space could be worked on. There's a back door to the back patio, which I'll show you in a second, but first let's take a look at the bathroom. There you go. Puerto Rican flag. You see it everywhere here. Puerto Ricans are very proud. So it's got cabinetry, toilet, and a shower. Everything you need here. This building, the 1-bedroom, 1-bath with a kitchen, historically this was rented out at one point as Airbnb. The owner would rent out this front house and then live in the back barn, which we'll see in a few seconds. So here we're in the back patio. It's a covered back patio. It's got a couple of critters back here. Want to say hello? There you go. Yeah, hello. There's a back door. This whole back area is covered. The tin roof. There's the barn. A little sneak peek of the barn before we get there. What surprised a lot of people here in the tropics is when they see the washer and dryer outside on the back patio or just outside in general. I think folks that come up from the north where it's cold, they couldn't conceive of that concept. But down here, you know, we don't have to worry about pipes freezing or anything like that. So a lot of times people will put that stuff outside to save space on the inside. Here we have the hot water heater for the property. Instant gas. It's highly recommended here. It's energy efficient. Some of the neighbors. Backyard here. Some nice orchids growing. There's a couple of flowers here. Some haven't opened. Elkhorn plant. Obviously, anybody want to live in the tropics, if you're a gardener, this is heaven. And actually this, believe it or not, let's see if I can get it open. This actually has bananas. There they are. Nice and ripe. These are actually the blue Java bananas that are in the front of the house there. This is just a way of ripening them, letting the gases all work together so everything ripens at the same time. So again, this is a covered patio area. Right now it's just a little lounge area, but certainly could be turned into anything else. So Craftsman's Cottage is where we are, and the biggest reason for the name is because of this big barn. This house in the beginning, I think one of the original owners actually was a cabinet maker, so they built this barn. They would do all the cabinet making in this back barn. Since then, it's been used to host an outdoor adventure company, and as you can see, it's a huge space, 40 by 40 feet, so 1,600 feet of workspace, storage space, whatever you're going to do with it. As I said, there was a cabinet maker here. I'll show you right here. There's, if you're looking as a tradesperson to take over the property that does have 220 volts, there were some you know, band saws and table saws and stuff like that. So it is set up for kind of commercial industrial strength. So 40 by 40, some of you are going to ask, and I'll tell you, yes, indeed, this survived Hurricane Maria. I think the venting, the fact that it's very well protected here in Esperanza, the winds kind of just blew through it. And it stood, you know, which is pretty amazing. So it's Maria tested. Maria, I don't know if it's Maria approved, but it's Maria tested. A lot of shelving, a lot of space here. I envision this space for an artist. You know, if you're, you know, if you need to put some pottery wheels back here, if you're an artist doing large murals, if you're a furniture maker, I envision this space is just perfect for doing your craft handiwork, and at the same time, perhaps even using it for a retail space. And as I mentioned, the current owner was actually using this as a living space when he was renting out the front house for Airbnb. Ceiling fans, rafters, concrete floor, lots of, as I said, 1,600 square feet of workspace, and on top of it, surprise, surprise, there's actually a toilet hookup here, which it works. So there you go, a little outdoor toilet for the adventurous. All right, back out on the patio. Basically the whole backyard, the driveway is all concrete right now. So if you need that for workspace, it's there. If you want gardening, more natural, you can always rip it up. At one point there was a agroponic or aquaponic setup here. So that's what this is all for. But again, it's a lot of square footage on the outside. A lot of space to park cars, park trucks. You can see the house is concrete, has a flat roof, whereas the barn in the back is all wood with a slanted roof. I'm gonna be adventurous and go up on the roof here. So as you can see, it's a flat roof over the main house. I would imagine, get an engineer here, you might be able to build a second floor. And that's looking back towards the green store. And from here I can actually see the ocean. So you could have a slight ocean view. Looking out here, that's back towards the gondolas and plantains, it's looking east for the sunrise. Over here, those blooming cacti last night. And then in the back of the house is kind of the rest of Esperanza. Esperanza is and was a fishing village here on Vieques, and it's actually becoming a hot spot for tourism, being taken over by Airbnb, some guest houses. It's really become a hot spot for tourism on Vieques. And also right down the street here, those another green store. If you go about another I don't know, another half mile, put you at Sun Bay, which is our public swimming area, one of the best beaches on Vieques. So all within walking distance, cycling business, biking, scooters, whatever. Someone can almost live here and not need a car to enjoy the best of Esperanza.